Have you ever considered that what we think has a significant impact on how your life unfolds? We use stories that we repeat to ourselves over and over, and then we wonder why nothing hasn't really changed for us. Everything starts from a thought, so choose your thoughts carefully. If you want to find out more, then keep listening. Welcome to my podcast, You Can Be Unstoppable. My name is Ewelina Szczeblewska, and this is episode number 28 called We Speak Our Lives into Existence. You speak your life into existence. Everything starts from a thought. Thoughts and words are extremely powerful. Think about situations from your life when the quality of your thoughts affected the outcomes in your life. Situations when you said to yourself, I can do this, that is super easy, I can do it, I can make it. And you did quite easily. And then situations when you were filled with doubts and worry and you were telling yourself things like, oh, I don't know if I can make it, or I'm not really sure about this, it seems so hard. And then you didn't achieve, you didn't get what you wanted, or it didn't work out for you so well. Can you think about situations like this in your life? Everything, absolutely everything, starts from a thought that comes from our mind. I used to didn't understand how powerful our thoughts are. Even when I used them to my advantage, I didn't quite understood what I was doing. Let me tell you a story. I come from a very poor family where quite often we really struggled to get food. Not to mention anything else like bus tickets or new shoes. Food was quite a struggle. Money was really short. But I vividly remember that as a late teenager, I kept telling myself that I will travel the world, that I will leave Poland, and that I will have a much better life. While I didn't have a bloody clue how I would achieve all this, as the circumstances that I was living in were the exact opposite. Yet I knew that it would happen somehow. How or when, I didn't have a clue, because I lived in post-communist Poland and a very poor family. And not long after, I did get the opportunity to leave, which I absolutely grabbed with both of my hands without thinking twice about it. And the way the opportunity came to me, it was in the least expected way. If someone told me exactly how it all unfolded a few months earlier, I would tell them probably that they must be tripping on something, that I really running wild with their imagination. And this is how powerful our thoughts and intentions are. What is important to notice here is that my thoughts were focused on what I wanted and not what I had. And that is very tricky for most people. And I'm still mastering this. I am in no way perfect or proficient at this. But I have used it and manifested in the past things without even realize that's what I'm doing. What we have or don't have in our lives, we fought our way to it. How often do you tell yourself, I am not good at this, or I am not good enough to get this promotion, there are not good men left, everything always works against me, life is hard, or whatever else you keep telling yourself. And then you wonder why this is exactly what you experience in life. So, change your words. Be very mindful of what you think or say. Think about your life, about what you want and don't have. What is your self-talk? What is your inner dialogue? Is your self-talk supportive or destructive? Our self-talk comes from the subconscious mind, and the thoughts come from the mind. They all intertwined and connected. So if you can change your self-talk consciously and really pay attention of where you're keeping your thoughts and your words, then work on this through subconscious reprogramming. There is a saying by DX, and often repeated by Fortin, which says the world is this way or that way because you say that the world is this way or that way. And I absolutely love that saying because exactly explain everything. This saying is so powerful and so accurate. Because the way we see our world around us, it's not how someone else sees it. It will come from our mind and our programming, our conditioning that we received over the years. What we think is ruled by our self-image, our identity, beliefs that are rooted in our subconscious mind, the conditioning that we received. Think about this. Just because you have a thought, it doesn't mean that it's real or valid. That thought is going to be based upon your identity, your self-image, your beliefs, your conditioning, the way you grew up, the way you've been brought up. So that thinking is going to be very different to someone else. So just because you have a thought, it doesn't mean that it's right or valid or true. So let me explain this from a bit different perspective. Rich people stay rich and poor people stay poor for the most part because that is their self-image, that is their belief. Both sets of people receive different conditioning as children. Poor people believe that money is hard to make, that money doesn't grow on trees, so you need to work really hard for it. Whereas rich people believe the exact opposite. Money comes easy to them because they believe that. So going back to the premise that everything starts from a thought. How you think will affect how you feel, and that in turn will affect how you act and behave. And that will affect how you think again. Then you go into this negative looping cycle that is taking you further and further down into negativity. Once you're in it, it's not always easy to get out of it. So it's so important to become self-aware, to pay attention to the quality of your thoughts. If you experience negative or not supportive thoughts, then move your attention and practice this. Practice. We learn by repetition. And I promise you that your life becomes so much better. Really become self-aware where your thoughts are coming from, what are the beliefs behind them, what is your self-image, and really work on it. And if you struggle, there is some deep trauma more in your subconscious mind, you can't change this consciously, then you have to do subconscious reprogramming, and that's where hypnosis is very powerful. But everything, absolutely everything, starts from a thought. So as I said earlier, we speak our life into existence. So be very, very careful and mindful and self-aware the words that you are using in any interactions, any relationships that you have. So I hope that this episode helped you to understand that no matter where you are, you can turn your life and your career around. Once you get very clear about what your goals are and how you can achieve them, what lights up your fire, what are your beliefs and what you need to change, you will be able to create your new identity on a subconscious level. Thank you very much for listening, and if you think that this podcast is of value, then please share it with friends and family. If you feel tired and frustrated of where you are at, and you're feeling like you should have all this figured out by now, but you absolutely can't deal with your life or career as it is, you are ready to do less better. You are ready to change your stories, to love and accept yourself as you are, then you can book a consultation by visiting my website www.bravingthebeing.com, and you can book a consultation by following a link from there, or you can email me at evelina@bravingthebeing.com.